Have you ever experienced a gut feeling, that intuitive sense guiding your decisions or influencing your emotions? It turns out that there's a scientific explanation behind this phenomenon, and it lies in a fascinating connection between our gut and brain called the gut brain axis. Our gut is often referred to as our second brain, and with good reason, as it communicates with our actual brain and shapes various aspects of our well being, either by means of neuronal communication or by chemical signaling. We'll talk about them in detail in a while. What's fascinating is that a lot of this communication or signaling is made possible by a community of trillions of microbes, including bacteria, fungi, parasites, and viruses that coexist peacefully everywhere along the hollow of the digestive tract, called the lumen, starting at the mouth and goes all the way to the other end. We affectionately call this community the gut microbiome. We have found evidence in multiple studies conducted in the last decade that the chemicals released by the gut microbiome, including neurotransmitters and hormones, significantly influence both our physical and mental health. Though we don't fully understand how exactly this happens yet, there is a growing body of ongoing research in the field that aims to discover ways of combating severe mental health issues like clinical depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, and even neurodevelopmental disorders like autism and schizophrenia. As of now, most studies have been conducted on mice models, and they indicate that remodeling the gut microbiota to mimic the one found in a healthy mouse reportedly alleviated symptoms of such disorders. It is also true the other way around. Transplantation of gut microbiota from unmedicated mice with depression to germ free mice resulted in a number of behavioral impairments accompanied by altered neurotransmission. In other words, the healthy mice started showing symptoms of the donor's conditions by avoiding open spaces and being less interested in things that usually make them happy. Even though there is more to learn, we can apply some practices based on what we already know for a healthy gut microbiome, and we'll talk about them in today's video. This is a Stronger Everyday series by ScienceScope, and today we will be talking about the biology behind the relation between the gut and the brain and how we can stay healthy by understanding the relation. So stick around. There are primarily two methods through which the gut communicates with the brain, and they do it parallelly: a fast pathway and a slow one. The fast pathway runs through something known as the vagus nerve. It is the longest nerve that starts in the brain and branches out to different areas in the body. When we eat something nice, say something sweet, we tend to seek out more of it. This happens because there are taste sensitive neurons in our digestive tract that gets activated when the sweet taste is present in the chewed up food passing through the tract. This information is sent through the vagus nerve to the brain, eventually causing the release of dopamine, which makes us seek more sweet food. The other pathway is via chemicals released into the bloodstream, essentially neurotransmitters and hormones. For example, when we have not eaten for a long time, the level of hormone known as ghrelin increases in our blood, which signals the brain to feel agitated and seek out food. Though ghrelin is produced by stomach cells, its production is influenced by the gut microbiota. These microbes also play a key role in our immune system. They influence cytokine production, which are essential to our body's inflammatory response and can affect brain function. And finally, let's talk about the influence they have on our mental health. About 90% of the serotonin in our body is produced by these microbes, and its deficiency can lead to a range of psychiatric problems, including depression, anxiety, ADHD, and PTSD. Not just serotonin, they even produce or stimulate the production of other neurotransmitters such as dopamine and GABA. One study found that people with depression had fewer of certain types of bacteria in their guts, which were abundant in people reporting higher quality of life. There's a lot we don't know yet about these microbes and how they affect mental health or other aspects of health. What we do know for a fact is that a diverse microbiome is a healthy microbiome. The question is, what can we do to diversify our microbiome? What lifestyle changes can we make to be healthier? Well, the first thing that we can do is alter our diet. A healthy diet for promoting gut microbial health includes eating a wide range of plant based foods, eating more fiber, and avoiding highly processed foods. Fermented foods such as live yogurt, sauerkraut, kimchi, and kombucha, naturally fermented pickles, and certain types of cheese contain beneficial probiotics that can help improve the balance of bacteria in the gut. Note that not all cheese is a source of probiotics, as the pasteurization process can kill off the beneficial bacteria. Aged, traditional cheese such as cheddar, Gouda, and Parmesan is what we would want. Beer is also a fermented beverage. However, sadly, it is not considered a probiotic food. The process of making beer involves boiling the wort, which kills off any probiotics that may have been present. The other thing that we can do to improve our gut microbial diversity is trying to avoid stress, long periods of fasting, and antibiotics. Multiple studies have shown that these can be detrimental to microbial health. While chronic stress can be reduced to some extent by making lifestyle changes, such as adding meditation and/or physical activities to our daily routine, and long periods of fasting can be prevented by proper planning of diet, avoiding antibiotics is something that is a bit more tricky. But first, let me straighten this out right away. When doctors prescribe antibiotics, they do so in order to treat serious and sometimes even potentially life threatening conditions. It is absolutely crucial to take them exactly and for as long as prescribed. I can't stress this enough. What we can avoid is situations where we tend to self medicate. But even if we do avoid these situations, it is really difficult to avoid antibiotics altogether, as we probably consume more antibiotics than we are even aware of, on almost a daily basis in the form of our diet. According to a study published in the PNAS journal, the total global consumption of antibiotics in livestock was estimated to be around 63,000 tons in 2010. The study projected that antimicrobial consumption will rise by 67% by 2030 and nearly double in some nations like India and China. All these antibiotics end up in our diet through the food chain. The European Union banned the use of antimicrobial growth promoters in animal food and water in 2005, whereas around 80% of the total antibiotics used in the United States are given to farming animals. This makes it even more crucial to include plant-based food in our diet, along with animal-based protein sources. It can also be helpful to consume organic meat, which might be healthier, albeit a costlier option. It's important to mention that while there are probiotic supplements available in the form of pills, they should only be considered as a final option for individuals experiencing chronic stress or have recently undergone a significant course of antibiotics. In such cases, it is advisable to consult a doctor before considering probiotic supplementation, as excess probiotics can lead to serious conditions like brain fog. Finally, there is another method that shows promising results when it comes to introducing certain bacterium to a person's gut. Fecal microbiota transplant. It's exactly what it sounds like. FMT uses samples of poop containing bacteria from one person's gut microbiome, which researchers transplant into another person's gut. As disgusting as it may seem, several studies have shown that FMT from donors without mental conditions improved symptoms in people who had depression and anxiety. However, this is not a lifestyle change that we can make, but it is rather a medical procedure, and we'll probably talk about FMTs in another video. In conclusion, the intricate world of gut microbiome holds immense significance for our overall well-being, influencing everything from digestion to our immune system and even our mental health. It is crucial to nurture a diverse and balanced gut microbiome through mindful food and lifestyle choices. So let us embrace the fascinating world within us and strive to cultivate a flourishing gut microbiome to be stronger every day. If you found our video informative and got to learn something new today, make sure to like and share the video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell icon.